My name is Jock Gibson and I farm here at Edinvale Farm with my wife Fiona, and we've got 3 kids, Ayla, Tilly and Rory. Edinvale Farm is in Dallas, Murray, and we have 180 odd head of cattle here, from a range of suckler cows to finishing stock, which all go through our butcher's shop in Forres. I was born and bred here at Edinvale, and Dad bought the farm in the mid-70s as a first generation farmer, and this is our family home. I probably wasn't destined to be a farmer or even a butcher, actually, for that matter. I ended up going and doing an engineering degree down in Manchester, and then another one down in London, and I was a building services engineer for about 5 years before I came back home to run the butchery side of the business. Parents bought the butchery in the mid-80s as an outlet for the farm, basically. So it was a farm shop before farm shops became the trendy thing that we know today. At the time, the farm was very geared towards pedigree Highland genetics, and we were exporting Highland cattle all around the world, either as live cattle or embryos, semen, that sort of thing. But for every pedigree Highland bull that made top money at Oban sale, or pedigree Highland heifers, there was a lot of unfancied Highland sturks and heifers that were destined for the food chain. And then, as now, Highlanders are not given a premium price. So parents bought the butcher's shop to try and add an element of premium to it. When they bought it, I think I was probably 7. So, it's like all these things. If your parents go to work at that sort of age, you're with them. And so, very early on, we were helping making burgers and things like that, and packing up orders for people. I really enjoyed coming back from the point of view of trying to take the business onto another level. So I didn't really get involved into hands-on butchery. We have very skilled butchers who have spent years, and in some cases decades, learning on the job. And I felt that I could add better value trying to increase our customer base, look at new business opportunities, and so on and so forth. So it was very much being able to take that and turn it into your baby and run with it, as it were, and see where you could go with it, essentially. Mum had a long-running battle with cancer, which finally caught up with her in 2014. And then in 2015, Dad had a huge heart attack when he was out on a bike one day. On a very short period of time, you've not only lost your parents, but you've also lost 2 key people that were involved day to day in running of the business. Managing it to begin with, I found it incredibly difficult. For 6 months after Dad died, people could tell me that the moon was pink for 4 days out of 7 during that time. I believe them, because I barely have a recollection of what happened during that time. And it is, you just have that automotion of, stuff needs done, you just do it, and you're not really, I wasn't really thinking about it. Farming was very, very new, and we had to learn a whole heap of new skills. There was a lot of pressure because of just the technicalities of having frozen accounts and trying to change business structures and what have you. And it was difficult. And then during all of that, we had to move house. And I think we moved up here on about October 19th, 2015, something like that. And we decided on the Thursday that we were going to move up to the farm because cattle were coming into sheds and things like that. And we did it that weekend. So I would say for the first couple of years, I probably didn't deal with things as well as I could have done. I did find it difficult. I was very lucky at the time that I was part of the Quality Meat Scotland board, and there were some awesome people around that table. And as part of that opened up the opportunity to speak to other people and see how they were farming. And because all of a sudden you've got this whole new thing where you've got to learn to farm. And, whilst you grow up on a farm and things, it is not preparation for taking it on and running it. So really thrilled to be selected as a Nuffield Scholar for 2024. It wasn't something I was aware of prior to taking on the farm, and you look at the people that had given me a lot of support and help during quite a difficult time, and the common denominator was that, you know, a lot of them were Nuffield scholars. It's that open mindset that they have that I just thought that would be a great thing to be part of. I'm going to be fortunate enough to go and see lots of countries in the world, which I wouldn't have otherwise got to do. I didn't extensively travel when I was younger, and I haven't been to agricultural college or anything like that. So it'll be great to be able to see different cultures, different farming methods, and, you know, expose myself to that part of agriculture that I just haven't experienced before. What's really good about Farmstrong is it is such a positive toolkit, if you like, for you to dip in and out as you need, but build those tools and habits that just help you build up that well-being bank. So, because there's always going to be crap around the corner, there's always something that's going to blindside you, and it's having that store of well-being that you can draw on when the shit hits the fan, for want of a better phrase, and you've got to deal with it. So thinking about the well-being steps that helped me, certainly earlier on and even now, taking the opportunity to go and learn new things is massive. It's generating that interest. For me earlier on, it was learning about different farming methods and so on and so forth. That's now evolved into more on the well-being side and learning more about the science of that and how we can implement that ourselves, but also looking at linking what we do on farm here into the butcher's shop and getting a bit deeper as to how we improve eating quality, which is what part of my Nuffield is, and that's for me my next big learning journey. Other things that really help is trying to keep active. I've got a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment, so that it's difficult to do that, but just being able to get out, bit of fresh air, bit of an increased heart rate, going out with the dogs, it's just an opportunity to help clear the mind. And if things have been getting to you a wee bit, or something's, you know, just niggling away at you, going out and just doing that is really, really helpful. I try and take notice of the little things, and especially at this time of year when it's been really dark, it's been wet for the last 6 months, and, you know, you go out and your boots are soaking still, and walking down the hedgerows, seeing things starting to come out into bud, and it gives you that hope that we've got better weather coming round the corner, we've got longer days coming. It's that sort of thing which it helps keep that well-being bank boosted up as well. Being able to get off farm, speak to other people, just helps lift. I find it helps lift spirit. I always come back feeling a bit more positive about things, having spoken to other people. We quite often are up farm tracks for days on end, and, you know, we might only see the bin man every 3 weeks or whatever it might be, but taking the opportunity to try and meet with other people, even if it's just for a coffee or whatever, you know, it's a great opportunity to use it as an excuse to go and get somebody else off a farm or whatever it might be. Yeah, we have an amazing industry which, but, you know, people can live quite separate lives. I think it's really important that we do our best to connect with each other, and by doing that we're stronger together.